Meeting to order. Flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Action on the minutes.
Motion to accept.
Second. Discussion. All in favor? Vote. No adjustments to the agenda.
Have nothing, sir.
Public comment. Mr. Blackie.
David Black here, Skeetfield Road. I'd like to say thank you to the Selectmen for the things you guys do for us. Ernie and Phil, congratulations, making it through your first year in the town meeting. You guys did a good job. I do find it disrespectful as our town employees are on Facebook bashing you guys. I think if they have an issue, they should talk to you guys, write you a letter, but Facebook's not the place for it. That's all I got tonight.
Thank you. Anybody else, public comment? Lois?
I like the clickers.
You like the clickers from town meeting?
And it was a lot faster than having to recount things for 15 tries.
At first, I wasn't sure you liked them all.
We'll keep that in mind. I haven't heard anybody say that anything was fast about town meeting.
I'll just make a quick statement on behalf of the Oxford Historical Society. Thank you to the townspeople for allowing us the donation this year, again, in support of the society. Thank you.
Anybody else? Going on. Business items 5.1, Rock House Youth Center Toll Road fundraiser request.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll make a motion.
Second. Discussion?
No issues, right? Chief, everything's good.
Did you have something you needed to add, or?
No, I was just gonna give the rundown, but if you guys are all set, I won't.
All those in favor? Opposed? Vote. 5.2, review awards 2026 roadway improvements RFP. Adam?
All right, yep, so we have Rob Brew, the engineer, here tonight. We opened the bids the other day, and we received a handful of bids. You can see the bid sheets are attached. I'm gonna let Rob go ahead and go over those, what we received and what his recommendations are.
Okay, thank you. So as you have in your packet, we received 5 bids on the second contract out of your road bond on Tuesday morning. This contract is for primarily culvert replacements and ditching, small reconstruction section on Samro Hill. The third package to come out will be the paving of the rest of the roads. So we received 5 bids ranging in price from $463,336 as a low to a high of $618,210. As you noticed, there was close number 2 bidder, approximately $700 difference. That contractor is here, not with me, sitting next to me, but so I've reviewed the bids. I've worked with all these contractors. All of them are capable of completing this type of work. My recommendation, due to the respect of the bidding process, is we're always looking for the low and qualified bidder. So I do recommend the lowest bidder in this case, which was Pratt & Sons from Minot.
I get a motion.
If we could say a word.
On a second.
I'll make a motion to approve Pratt & Sons bid.
I'll second it so we can discuss it.
Any discussion from the board at first?
Yeah, Rob, would you say you had a $700 difference?
Yes, approximately, a little under that.
And the sheet I have a 25, 24 difference. Is that, am I not? 463.36.
That's
463.336 and 465.860. Am I?
That was the bid they submitted, Phil, and when I took it back to my office and checked the math, they had a math error.
Okay.
So their actual bid was $2,000 lower than what was submitted on Tuesday, which brought it closer.
So 524 or $700
Yes.
is what you have.
So one of the things we do when we review bids, we take there's a lot of math here. So we check everyone's bidders and everyone's arithmetic, make sure everything adds up right. And in this case, There's dropped 2,000 due to their error. But they're still the second bidder.
It's cross excavation, correct? Is our second
Yes.
bidder. I think in a bid like this of $400,000, I mean, they're less than 0.5% off. They do have property here in town, actually they run a business here in town. I would ask the board to consider giving the bid to Cross Excavation, where they are kind of a local contractor with us in have a business here in town for less than $1,000 more. And Rob, I respect what you're saying, and in fact, save money and a little better, but I do feel it's important to support businesses that operate here in town.
I think you got a good point.
You gentlemen, or one of you gentlemen at least, is from Cross.
We are both.
One of you wants to
He's the owner, and he's the project manager, and manages the larger construction projects.
I want to second what Phil said. Basically, we pay taxes here, we employ people locally. There's a lot of owner operators that purchase from us. We provide a spec product for the area, so all of your development is being done with MDOT and FAA spec product. We perform work to that caliber as well. And for the sake of, it's actually 0.147%. I'd ask you to reconsider.
for discussion. But
Rob, how is this bidding out compared to where we budgeted putting this together? Are we kind of right in line?
As far as the overall budget,
Yeah,
we're actually coming in, we're in line, possibly under budget.
okay,
Still have one more contract to go.
Sure.
And that's the paving one, which is this year,
right,
touching the other.
okay. But as far as this,
As far as this phase, we're pretty much on budget.
And what's the timing on this project too? I'm assuming this will get done this year.
Oh, yeah, to be done by Labor Day weekend. So that we can follow up, try to get some paving done this fall. The idea is to have that paving contract, give the pavers a little bit of flexibility this fall and finish next year. A lot of roads in town in that contract.
So we have a motion and a second, unless somebody, we're either gonna vote or unless somebody wants to withdraw there.
I withdraw my motion, but I'm pretty sure we actually do have a policy on.
It was, and I forget what the percentage was, but I thought it was within,
I thought
it was 5%.
I believe so.
I thought it was 3% when we did this before. I wasn't on the board, but I remember this conversation. I thought it was 3. Yeah, regardless, this is less than 0.5%. Go ahead.
Rob, with the bid documents that were published, did it include language to the effect of that we can negotiate with any and all bidders, reject any bids or any of that kind of,
To that effect, I can read it to you if you'd like.
let's just verify, please.
Yeah.
Before we make the decision.
Okay. Town of Oxford reserves the right to reject any and all bids, to waive any technical or legal deficiencies, and to accept any bid which is deemed to be in the best interest of the town of Oxford, not necessarily the lowest bid.
The motion is withdrawn, I'll entertain the motion.
I'll make a new motion that we accept the process bid.
We get a total on that. It's not this number here, it's not the 4. What's the total number on that?
Hold on a sec. $464,020. 464020.
Second, the motion for 464027.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? So,
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you for bidding and
showing up.
doing business in town.
Anything else from you, Adam, on here?
I think we're all set. Ethan already hit on On the project budget-wise, we are doing all right. I have asked him to include Park Road in the paving bid when he does that. That's not something we had discussed previously, but this kind of made sense. If bids come in where we're kind of thinking things are gonna come in for the cost of materials and stuff, I think we're gonna be well within the margin and that'll be good.
Rabbit Valley all set?
Robert Bell.
We had that one issue around the basin.
It's been repaired. I'm not sure if they paved it yet. They cut it out and put new gravel in.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. 5.3, review town meeting results to include all department final budget totals.
All right, I don't know how much detail you want me to get into, but I will just give a quick once over. So the final municipal total for town meeting for municipal operations was $7,461,929. That is a $672,000 increase from last year. Municipal capital requests, $470,000 total. That's a $250,000 increase over last year. It brings the total increase at town meeting over last year's budget up to $922,000, which is $7.9 million around. So the stuff that came through that it was a little higher than anticipated. The police budget at 1.5, which is the budget committee's recommendation. Fire rescue was the budget committee recommendation. And then recreation was cut by a couple $1,000s on town meeting floor. Otherwise than that, everything else was pretty much in line with what we had discussed during the process. Capital wise, the only capital request that didn't make it through was the recreation department, the $15,000 for saving for future projects, but otherwise than that, those made it, and the ordinances passed as well. So.
Questions, comments from the board?
Just on the record here, the rec department budget was put forth by the board to, was actually the higher amount. That was voted down at town meeting by the voters. Not, it wasn't the board's doing. In fact, I think the board was pretty unanimous in to increase the budget to allow for more hours for a part-time employee, and also to save some money, because we were appreciative of the work that they're doing there and the fundraising they're doing. So, I was disappointed that it went that way.
Anybody else?
I would just say that we can't keep raising the budget $1 million every single year.
Correct.
Because even though it's like, wow.
I would agree to the point where we don't want to see the budget go up $1 million every year, but there's 5 people up here that didn't raise that budget $1 million. And 120 something people that came to vote.
No, I think it was about 65. Wow, yeah.
They're the ones that voted this budget, so, again, we had a number that was somewhat smaller, that's the process. So this is what we will live with for the next year, and you will definitely hear it all year long when the taxes probably go up 1 point, or no rate, I would guess. With that number, I mean, even with increased revenues that we don't have yet, it's not gonna be $1 million, I don't believe. So.
Well, hopefully we gained enough in value to at least help offset some of that, so.
We will know in August,
Yeah.
obviously, so. Let's hope.
It is what it is.
That's correct. Anything else on the budget? Do you have anything else on?
If you guys are good, I just wanted to make sure we said it aloud and add that information. Thank you.
Department head.
So Kayla is here. Talk about summer rec and Pismo Field.
Summer rec starts Monday. Numbers are pretty low. Definitely the increase of cost is, we're seeing it. We only have about 60 kids signed up. So we did eliminate some positions just to meet the needs for counselors and kiddos, just so we could try to stay in budget and keep everything aligned, but right now, we met with staff today and we're ready to go Monday.
We were gonna ask about the field as well, the sign, the dedication sign on the scoreboard.
With our new scoreboard, we have room to put up a new sign if we want. Right now, I'm waiting on 2 new memorial signs for, Coffin and Mowat. Those should be coming in anytime. Above the sign, or when you pull into Pismo, it says, "Welcome to Pismo Beach Ball Fields." And it has Mr. Sanborn's picture on it. I didn't know if we wanted to leave that there, if we'd like to place it above the scoreboard. If you guys had a preference, we're just trying to figure out if we want to put a sign above the scoreboard or just leave things the way they are.
I have no preference.
What are your thoughts? You're down there more than us, I presume.
I don't have a preference.
So what are you talking, taking the sign that's there and putting it above the school?
I had considered that. The only thing that would be difficult is when you first pull in, there's 2 signs. The one that says "Welcome to Pismo Beach Ball Fields," and then below it is a bunch of like previous sponsors. So if I took the top one off, I wouldn't have a place for the second one. I feel like it'd be kind of out of place if I just left it there. Just the way that the scoreboard was put up with the beams, there's just room for that. And so we wanted to put, whether it was Pismo Beach Ball Fields or utilize that one and get rid of the old sponsorship sign. But I wanted to get your feedback first.
I think it'd be good for an upgrade. I think I know what sign you're talking about, and it's outdated, it's gotta be 8, 9, 10 years old. So, yeah, I think it would be nice to do something a little updated and maybe put it above the scoreboard.
What are your thoughts for the bottom half of the sign then, with the old sponsors?
I mean,
I don't know how old you're talking.
we're talking 8, 10 years old.
Sponsored,
It's when we put in the softball field.
I mean, are even all, are sponsors businesses that are still here in Oxford, or, I don't know. I would defer to your opinion on where you want the signs. Make it look good. I trust your judgment on it. That's me personally.
Wasn't it Scott? I thought we ran a thing for Scott Mowat, and that's
That sign will
the
be,
sign with the money.
that sign will be there.
Oh.
They're, I think
Because
they've ordered
that
one
sign
sign.
is up, that's on the snack shack.
Okay. It was, originally it was on the sign, because that's what we.
The one with a scoreboard, you mean?
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I can put it.
I mean, I don't care, I'm just telling you, the reason why it was there was because the money to buy the scoreboard literally was come from donations made.
Correct, we don't have that scoreboard anymore, it was so heavily damaged,
Well, I know, but I don't,
which is why we purchased a new one. So I did keep the sign, so it does have his name up there. Because I didn't want to just get rid of that. I know he didn't donate the snack shack, but we also didn't want to take away from what he did donate. So I mean, we're happy to put that underneath the current scoreboard. Well, I don't know if I put it underneath, but it is still on display.
whatever, as long as it's there somewhere that
Yes, yep,
acknowledges that it happened.
No, that is up, as well as, Mr. Coffin and Mr. Mowat's pictures. The current signs are in very, very poor shape, and I've been waiting about
Well,
close to 2 months for a new one, so they told me they should hopefully be here tomorrow or Monday. So the old ones will be taken down, the new ones will be put up. And those are on the snack shack as well.
Any other comments from the board?
Just one quick one. I was down there yesterday. What happened to the fence near the basketball? Did someone back into it or did it get hit by a lawn?
Where? On the edge right by the basketball court?
Yeah.
Pretty sure someone hit that last year. That's actually already been fixed once.
All right, it looked recent. But
Unless it
it
got hit
probably
again.
got down and then hit again.
Unless it got hit again, because just a few months ago, our road crew fixed that for us, not even a couple months ago. I wouldn't be surprised. People go down there at all hours.
Yeah, I know it's been busy too lately, so probably someone back to do it, I guess.
I would say it must have gotten hit again, 'cause that did just get fixed.
No, Kayla, what about the mowing? I had a couple people just reach out to me. Are you pleased with the contractor that is in place?
Am I pleased with them?
Yeah.
No. Not even a little bit. But they've gotten a little better. But no.
Can at some point address those concerns with the town manager. If he needs to make a call, if they're not fulfilling their contract, they need to be reached out to.
She has spoken to me about the contract concerns. Jim and I have both communicated with the contractor about the mowing. And as she said, there's been some adjustments that have been made. The cemeteries were getting behind. We have spoken to him about that, and Jim said he went out and inspected the cemeteries recently, and they were in much better shape. Best contractor in the world, maybe not the best on earth, but he's been catching up lately, addressing these concerns. So Jim and I have both been communicating with him regularly.
Anything else for Rick? Town manager updates?
So the Welchville Dam and the grade controls, just a side note on that. During the winter time, the top grade control, because there's multiple layers, the top one, it seems as though, according to the engineer, that I went and looked at it too, it looks like the ice may have dislodged the top boulders so that they're not at the top, flat level like they were before. So it's allowing water to go through. We're gonna have to make adjustments to that. Talking to the engineer, talking to Jim, the foreman. We have the equipment that has the reach and can do the slight fixes that we need to do. So sometime in the next week here, we're gonna go out there with the engineer and Jim and one of his operators to really look at what needs to be done so that we can correct that. It should be a simple fix, real simple for me because I won't be running a piece of equipment, but, so that'll get taken care of. There's been some concerns about we need to close the dam, the Welchville Dam, in order to make it so the water levels don't drop too far. In talking to the engineer, the next level down grade control, even if the water gets to that level is even with the spillway of the dam. So even if we close the dam or not, that's the level that that is at. So last year, the water levels were a little high, for the most part. So yes, it's a little bit different, but we've been communicating with the engineer multiple times a week at this point. He just did an inspection. I've been out there with Jim. We're gonna try and get it wrapped up as soon as we can. So just in case anybody asks or is listening and is curious, we're on top of that. The only other thing, the legislative policy committee that the board nominated me for, the ballots are out. If you guys are interested in, the board does have to vote for something, don't have to, but vote for somebody to be on the legislative policy committee, so I have that here with me. If you would be so kind as to vote for me, I'd appreciate it. So I'll pass that around after if that's something you're interested in. Other than that, that's what I got.
Do we need a permit to do that work on the dam?
Yep, that's one of the people that we're gonna be communicating with DEP and Army Corps. Our permit that we have to do the original project allows us a couple of years to go in and make repairs, but we're still double checking. We're also making sure that our crew, the operators gonna be working in the water, have the necessary DEP permitting to work in the waterway. We're also trying to find out whether or not we can work in the waterway prior to, there's a date in July, please don't quote me what that date is. But because it's a repair and not an initial construction, if we have the ability to get in there. So checking on all that stuff.
Perfect.
Selectmen items.
Yeah, let me go back to this for a second.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe as engineer, if those are gonna be a yearly issue, possibly maybe asking about what you thought about pinning those top.
I certainly can. I've already voiced that I don't want this to be an annual repair job, and so, because if I remember correctly, this was sold to us when we were in the old building. this would be a maintenance-free operation, so.
Selectmen.
I had on it to bring up about the, our mowing contractor, but we've already discussed that, so. I did ask Adam earlier this week what the repercussions are. We can't get it straightened out, but I did see them late last night on Sam Road, so working at the cemetery, so. I trust that Adam reaching out to him, hopefully will correct this.
Anybody else? So, in regards to Mr. Blackhair's remarks at the beginning, there was a lengthy Facebook post from, I'm gonna say it's from one of the police officers in town. It claimed it was written on behalf of all the officers. And I'm not gonna try to put the chief on the spot. I disagree with a lot of the information that was put on there. I think a lot of it was not accurate. I think some of it was very inaccurate. And one big telling thing that was not put on there was we did a one-year contract last year. We started negotiating before the budget season was in full throttle, and the union changed their union representation, which slowed down the contract negotiations. Contract negotiations went into or after budget season. The budget was established by the town, a set amount. You could spend this much money for the police department. In doing that, we did recognize that our police officers had fallen behind in the pay scales of neighboring towns. Mostly because neighboring towns had already done new contracts more recently than our PD. Nobody on this board that I know of is against our police officers or our fire department or any other employees in this town. We support our employees 100%. In saying that, that one-year contract, correct me if I'm wrong, Chief, everybody in that police union got at least a 24% wage increase in that one-year contract.
I'm not sure what the exact percentage was.
The math I have is 24% or higher, depending on their pay scale, where they are in the pay scale. So those wage increases were split up 1 July of last year and then 1 January of this year, so it wasn't all hit at one time. The number is just about 24%. That was not put in the Facebook post. So to be clear, our patrolmen were given a substantial raise last year. I have been in law enforcement since I graduated high school, either in the military or my current job, and I have never, ever gotten a 24% increase in 1 year. I don't know if you have, Chief. I highly doubt it. Most people that I know have never gotten a 24% increase in their wages. So to be open and honest, that's where we were at. I'm not going to discuss current negotiations because that's not what we do. We are in negotiations to establish a new contract. We are working to pay our officers what they're worth and what we think they should be paid for the work that they do. We appreciate everything they do. And that is all I'm going to say on this matter at this time. I don't know if anybody else has anything they want to add. I'm not speaking on behalf of the whole board, but I believe everybody probably feels very similar.
I'm not overly impressed with the police department being on Facebook. I mentioned that once before, but that is the trouble with something like that. It doesn't have to be accurate. You can put anything you want.
And to be fair, it wasn't the town police department has their Facebook page. This was not on, it was on a private individual's Facebook page.
It was also mentioned to the police department.
Right.
Okay, and I don't think they should be on Facebook. Just my opinion.
Welcome to Facebook.
Anything else? No other selectmen items? Sign warrants. Sign them today. Paid, or is that a continuation of that one? This is what?
Like back in the day.
I just found second page.
Picture of him. Because I thought, yeah, I got the whole history of it from him, and that was only like a year ago. He actually remembers that stuff pretty well, just not like her. But he remembered who I was, and I hadn't seen him since I was, so he it is nice. Yeah. But he does remember, he remembers a lot, yeah. Especially yeah, I remember you, yeah, I remember you saying something.
I don't know if you have to do nothing changes. And we'll can inquire.
Make a motion to sign warrants 130 through 135.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Make a motion, we go into executive session to discuss disposition of property pursuant to MRSA Title 1, Chapter 13, Section 4056C.
Second. All those in favor?